at the beginning of August, so the disrespect. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, All the Stories. Today I will be doing my July TBR. Anybody else feel like, wow, it's already July, but also like, dang, it's only July? Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I feel like that's fast and not fast enough all at once. But let's just hop into the books that I want to read this month. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about a book that I'm kind of already currently reading, and that is my reread of The Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty. This is the second book in the Devabad trilogy by S.A. Chakraborty, and I am rereading this because I want to get to The Empire of Gold. And this book just came out. It came out the very last day of June, and I'm so excited to read this. In my mind, I was going to be finished with my reread of The City of Brass and The Kingdom of Copper before this book came out, so that as soon as it came out, I could read it. But reality doesn't actually ever, it don't usually line up. Maybe, you think you're going to do something and it doesn't. Okay, I'm just making excuses. I just didn't do it, okay? I didn't do it. I put it off, and then before I knew it, the book was out, and I was like, wow, I haven't even attempted to reread the first two books. So, I actually already finished my reread of City of Brass. I actually finished it in like 2 days. So, I'm already on Kingdom of Copper, like I just said, and hopefully I'll be onto the Empire of Gold before this week is over. So, by the time I post this video, hopefully I'm already reading this. But if you don't know what the series is about, it follows our main character Nari, and Nari is a Egyptian con woman. She lives in Cairo and she hustles people for money to make ends meet, but she really wants to be a doctor, but she knows no one's going to take on a woman as an apprentice. So she does what she has to do to make ends meet, and one day she's performing the ceremony that she doesn't really believe in. She's just doing it to make a quick buck, and she ends up actually summoning this magical warrior to her side, and she finds out that she is actually a part of this magical community that she didn't even know existed. And not that just that she's a part of it, that she's actually kind of sort of like nobility. She's from a family called the Nahids, and the Nahids are big shit in Devabad. And so she ends up going there and getting tossed into the center of all this political conflict, and the story is just amazing. It's so good. It's highly political, so if you don't like political fantasies, maybe this isn't the one for you, but it's so good. And to think that this is her debut series, that City of Brass was her debut book, is insane. It's wild because that book is so good, and I can't wait to get to The Empire of Gold. But I'm scared. I'm so scared because I don't know. I want to know what happened so bad that I almost just don't want to know. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna get to this and we're gonna see. The next book that I want to get to this month is also one that I already started, and that is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This book is one that I started at the end of May, and I actually got really far in it. I'm like 200 and something pages into this, and I put it down because of all the stuff that was going on at the beginning of June. But I wanted to pick this back up and finish it because it was so good. This follows a girl named Rin, who is a peasant basically, and in this world you can take this test, and if you rank highly enough in the test, you get accepted into these military academies based on your score. And Rin ends up getting a perfect score in the test, so she gets sent to the best military academy there is. And she is just, so far in the story, she's just at this academy, and she feels really out of place because usually only nobility gets placed here. So it's just her dealing with that, and then the story also takes a turn, and there's some kind of war that's going to happen that hasn't popped off where I am in the story yet, but I know it's coming, and it's just really, really good. Everything I read so far is just really good, and I can't wait to see what happens in the rest of the story because I already know it's going to take me for a ride because I've heard some stuff people said, so I know that it's about to get real. Another book that I want to get to is another one I've been putting off for a while, and that is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This one I've been putting off for a while because I'm kind of intimidated by it. I don't know why, I just am. This is Leigh Bardugo's first adult novel, and I loved the Six of Crows duology. I didn't really love so much the Grisha trilogy, but this is her first adult novel, and it is kind of like very different from her other novels. It is kind of like a dark academia type vibe, following this girl who gets accepted into Yale, I believe. Is it Yale or Harvard? Okay, I was right. It's Yale, and it follows her joining this secret society in Yale, and I believe it's paranormal as well. Like, she can commune with ghosts or something along those lines. So I can't wait to get into this, because I honestly don't know what it's about besides the fact that it's following secret societies in Ivy League schools, which sounds pretty interesting. Another book that I want to jump into is Slay by Brittany Morris. This one has been really hyped recently. I saw it in a lot of people's Black Booktuber tags and things like that. So I really want to get to this one soon, and it's following a girl who has made her own video game as a safe space for other Black gamers, and something ends up happening. I want to say like a racial slur is used in the game, or someone gets into a fight over the game, or something happens and the game starts getting some bad press, and it's just about her dealing with that. And I believe no one knows that she's the creator of the game, so it's just about her dealing with all this stuff that's going on in her gaming world that she has created. So hopefully I get to this one this month, because I have been putting it off for a good little minute. And the last books that I want to talk about are, I'm going to talk about all together, because middle school me is thriving right now, because I am going to be rereading the Twilight saga. Oh, wait. I'm going to be rereading the Twilight saga by Stephanie Meyer, because Midnight Sun is set to come out at the beginning of August. So the disrespect. So Midnight Sun is set to come out at the beginning of August, so I did say I wanted to reread the Twilight saga before it came out, so I guess that means I need to reread it this month. So here we are. I don't think I'm gonna have problems with Twilight. New Moon is gonna be where the headache is, because even as a teen, I hated New Moon. I just hated Bella in that book. I hated Edward in that book. I hated everyone except Jacob in that book. And then Eclipse is gonna be fine. I always liked Eclipse. Breaking Dawn, I feel it's gonna be a headache, because Breaking Dawn was one of my favorites when I was a kid. But then now, thinking back on it and how creepy it is with the whole, what's it called, imprinting thing, I feel like I'm gonna have a time with that. But we'll see. I have not reread these books since I have matured, since I've grown up. I haven't reread them since like high school, I want to say. So I really do want to know what I think of them now, and we're gonna see. So that's it. Those are all the books that I mainly want to get to this month. Of course, there are probably gonna be some others that I end up reading, and some of these probably aren't gonna get read. But hopefully I can get to all of these. Hopefully, you know, we'll see. I'm okay at sticking to a TBR. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, just depends, but we'll see. So hopefully I get through all of these. Let me know if you're reading any of these, or have read any of these, or what you want to read this month, down in the comments below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!